Thank you for the government asking report. Now I request the NTSC report. NTSC, yes please, Minister. NTSC.
Your Excellency, Chair, Honorable members of RGMAT, including our members of the matter Kuol, security mechanism, leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I rise here to present the reports of the NTC. Before presenting the report, let me first and foremost apologize for coming up again with two versions of the reports. What I'm reading here has been distributed, and it is the edited version. Please disregard the previous one, the first circulation. So this is the report. And let me start with the introduction. For those who are new in this August forum of the RJMAC plenary meeting, the National Transitional Committee is pleased to present progress made and challenges faced while working to discharge its mandate of coordinating the implementation of transitional security arrangements, remaining critical task. Our mandate is to implement the Chapter 2 provision that have not been implemented during the free transitional period. So our role is that of coordination based on our TRO, the term of reference. This report focuses on coordination, facilitation, and achievement made seen at the 29th of RJMAC's monthly plenary meeting. That means seen the last meeting of RJMAC. The NTC continues to work on securing funding for security mechanism, operating costs, and release of approved emergency food item for the graduated unified forces who are stranded at various training centers to pave the way for the commencement of phase 2. Unfortunately, the funds have not been released until today. That's one. Two, coordination and facilitation of activities. The NTC coordinated and facilitated the following security arrangements activities for the month of July 2023. Bullet 1, NTC facilitated meeting of security mechanism on unification of lower and middle echelons. So far, the outstanding issues have been referred to the principals to resolve them. Bullet 2, pursuant to the Council of Ministers Resolution number 10, 2023, we submitted a request on May 29 to release the approved amount of 3.6 million billion SSP to the Ministry of Finance and Planning for payment to cover the costs of assorted food items for the deployment of the graduated unified force. The Ministry of Finance and Planning is yet to release that amount requested. Bullet 3, on page 3, the NTC, the 4 challenges. Lack of funding remains to be a serious challenge facing NTC to implement the security arrangement activities. Excuse me. The ex-combatant under the DDR and the graduate unified forces are still occupying training centers due to lack of facilities outside the training centers. Lack of assorted food items for the forces in training centers, cantonment sites. Page 4, the recommendation, the NTC urged the RRK's principle to resolve the stalemate over low and middle echelons of the command structures so that other institutions take up their responsibilities. Bullet number 2, expedite the deployment of forces and immediate commencement of phase 2, the training centers. Bullet 3, the NTC appealed to Friends of South Sudan, the RRK's guarantors, African Union and the UN to help support the NTC to fully implement the transitional security arrangement remaining tasked. 4, the Ministry of Finance and Planning is requested to release funds earmarked for security mechanism, operating costs, and emergency food items. Finally, 6, on the same page 4, observation. The graduation of the forces brought about renewed hope and confidence on the peace process among the people of South Sudan. That spirit ought to be maintained to move the country forward. Number 2, the hardships caused by non-deployment of the unified forces has created social distress, uncertainty, and prostration among the unified graduated forces and the people of South Sudan. Therefore, it is imperative that the funds are urgently provided to expedite the deployment of those graduated unified forces and completion of the key tasks of Chapter 2, which is in bracket the implementation of transition security arrangement activities. Thank you.
The mechanism responsible for funding the institution responsible for the international agreement are stable